Are you buying a home in Edmonton? Well, you might want to think about things other than just the price of the home. You might be searching on realtor.ca, looking at homes, and you're searching here and you're searching there and you're getting so excited. Don't forget to add all the other costs that are going to be involved when purchasing a home. Some would call them hidden. I'm going to unhide them for you today in this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos like this and like this video so other people can see it too. All right, so what are the hidden or not so hidden costs when it comes to buying a home? Now, most people might know that when you close a home, which means you're going to sign off on the home, you need to have some sort of representation. In Alberta, it is a legal representation, which means you need a lawyer. I know that in BC, you don't need to have a lawyer, but here in Alberta, you do. So you need to make sure you accommodate for the cost of legal representation. Legal representation ranges from about $1,500 to $2,000 when purchasing a home. When you're purchasing a new build home, some of the builders still are covering cost for legal, but they're not so much anymore. So you gotta make sure that that's all counted for. You want to make sure that when you talk to lawyers, they're all going to quote you very similar pricing. Some of them will have a lower range to higher range, but they're all within, I'd say, $900 to $1,500. Not a huge difference. Big cost. If you pick the one that is the cheapest, it's not always the greatest because you get what you pay for. And on closing, you might have some issues. Can't say for sure, but that's why it's important to trust your realtor when building a team. We choose the ones that we know are well priced and also going to close and give you the least amount of stress. Now, when it comes to closing costs, when you're looking at Alberta, we don't have land transfer taxes in the tens of thousands of dollars like our BC and Ontario counterparts. So that's something big to think about, that yes, it's going to cost a little bit of money, but the $1,500 to $2,000 is kind of is all inclusive. Now there's things called disbursements. So if the lawyer says, I'm going to charge you $600 plus disbursements, then disbursements are usually that extra $800. They can't know exactly the disbursement amount until they know exact home that you're purchasing, what kind of things are required. Are you buying a house with cash, like full cash? It's less work for them than a mortgaged house, because a mortgage, the bank actually requires so much more work. And they'll also tell you the hard truth that you're paying for it, but they're representing the bank and not you. So take a look at all those costs when you're looking at closing costs. Now, what about the other costs when buying a home that maybe you're not really thinking of? And this is before you close the house, before you've officially hit sold. Well, what you want to think about is, what do you know about this home? After looking at it 1 or 2 times, maybe 3 times, do you really know everything? The realtor is not a home inspector. You are not a home inspector. And even if you have experience on different things in the trades, it's really important to make sure you book a home inspection. The costs range from $600 to $1,000, again, depending on the size of the home. It's important to have the home inspectors come and take a look through every single thing. Now, they're generalists, they're not specific. So if we need to check out certain things like the sewer scope, which I highly recommend, that's a $250 cost that is well worth the money, because they put a camera into the pipes. Some of my clients have called it a house colonoscopy, if you can get the visual, and it just shows you the condition of the pipes, because that can be a really expensive cost. And you want to talk about a hidden cost, you could be paying upwards of over $10,000 to replace a sewer line if it's not in good condition or something's bad happened. Now, that doesn't usually happen, but you want to check things out, see if it needs to be cleaned, see if it needs to be maintained, or if it's in good condition. So a $250 investment and around $600 for a home inspection is definitely well worth it. Now, you might be getting a wet inspection, W-E-T-T, which is for a fireplace, a wood-burning fireplace, if your insurance requires it. So something that you might want to think about when you have purchased the home, you're living in the home, costs that people might not think about when you're renting is property taxes. Property taxes are an annual fee that is from the city of Edmonton. In Edmonton, these are based on your home's assessed value and the city's mill rate. So most homeowners pay somewhere between 0.8% and 1% of their property home value every year. So on a $500,000 home, you're looking at around $4,000 to $5,000. However, remember taxes can change and everybody complains about taxes here. And I will say Edmonton has one of the highest property tax rates because even people in Calgary that I've heard their property taxes for the price and value of home compared to Edmonton, they pay less than we do here. One last thing that you want to consider when you're purchasing a home and the home ownership cost is your house insurance. Yes, when you rent, you have content insurance to insure things in case something happens to your actual contents. But now you own the whole house. So you need to make sure you have home insurance that covers things in case you get broken into, if the house burns down, any sort of damage in the house, if there's flooding, all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure that you have home insurance. Now the home insurance cost does vary from house to house. It depends on the value of the home, the age of the home. You can kind of estimate anywhere between $1,200 to $2,000 a year, and that's very broad. Make sure you talk to a home insurance for a quote. Those ones actually don't cost you anything. They don't ding your credit. You can call as many home insurance companies as you want, or you can talk to your realtor's team. I know we've put together our team to help our clients get the best rates. So you can check out that and make sure you check out if you have car insurance, check them out because usually when you combine the two, you get a good deal that way. So while it is so exciting to buy a new house, and especially if you're a first-time home buyer, make sure you accommodate for all these different costs into your numbers to make sure you can afford not only the mortgage payment, but also the property taxes, which, just a hint for you, your mortgage will have actually accommodated to make sure that it's in your service debt ratio. And make sure you have all the other costs that we talked about in this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and we'll talk to you next time.